What's up guys, Matt here, and today we're gonna do a video on orbital piercings. Let's just talk all things orbital piercings. So, first off, what exactly is an orbital piercing? Now, an orbital piercing is two piercings anywhere on the ear, usually with one ring connecting both holes. So usually you see them a lot of times on the helix, on the lobe. I've done a bunch in the conch, but it doesn't matter. It's usually two piercings with one ring connecting both those holes. A lot of people like to call a conch with a ring an orbital piercing. While they're not wrong, it's not the technical term, okay? The technical term for an orbital piercing, two piercings with a ring going through it, is an orbital piercing. When you come into the shop to get one done, usually we're gonna always recommend to get it pierced with two separate barbells. You're just gonna have a higher success rate in healing these if you start off out the gate with two separate barbells. And then they take about 3 to 4 months to heal. At 3 to 4 months, it's recommended then come back in and we can put one ring and connect both those holes. Now, with that being said though, I have started plenty of people out with a ring right out the gate connecting both the holes, and they've healed them no problems whatsoever. But always recommended starting orbitals out with two separate barbells. It's just a way easier heal and you have a higher success rate. Now, the jewelry you're gonna start off with, if you're doing the two separate barbells, I recommend just that, barbells. But if you're gonna do a ring, make sure first off you go to a piercer who's a professional piercer who has done plenty of these and can guarantee, well, you can never guarantee a success rate, but can guarantee he's gonna do everything in his power to ensure you have a high success rate for this piercing. The jewelry, if you're gonna start a ring, it's always gonna be a captive bead ring, never a seamless or a clicker. Now, a seamless or a clicker ring, I love those rings for this piercing, but once it's healed. So at that 3 to 4 month mark, if you start off with a captive bead ring in the beginning, then come back in and we can switch you to a seamless or a clicker ring if you'd like to. These guys, like I said earlier, they're 3 to 4 months to heal, but 3 to 4 months, it's so important not to touch them, not to play with them, not to spin and rotate them, and more important than anything else, don't sleep on it. You don't have enough room, especially if you're starting with a ring, for excessive swelling. So we're gonna do everything we can to minimize the swelling right out the gate. So like I said, leave them alone, build a force field around it, and just let it do its thing and heal. As far as like products, never use hydrogen peroxide or alcohol or neosporin or Bactine or any of that stuff to clean this piercing. It's all too harsh, just as always, does more damage than good. Start off with a sterile saline product. We have sterile saline sprays on the site. They work really, really good. You can get them anywhere. They're really easy to get, so pick some up. But sterile saltwater spray, all you do is spray it on there front and back, morning and night. So twice a day. Morning and night, that should be more than sufficient to clean this piercing. You're gonna spray it on there and just let it kind of absorb in. After that, never Q-tips or cotton balls, but you can take a paper towel and kind of wipe off any excess that might be left behind. Q-tips and cotton balls, the reason why I don't like them is because they get little fibers that wrap around and get lodged in the jewelry and can get dirty, they get left behind, they cause irritations and infections. We don't want that. Just spray it on there and just let it absorb in. So simple. Another thing that's not a bad idea, every time you shower, just kind of stand there for like 20 seconds and let the water kind of hit the piercing and flush it or rinse it off. That really helps to get off all sorts of like earwax and dead skin and dried scab and dried blood, all that stuff that kind of might build up on a fresh piercing. It helps to get it all off. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. So orbital piercings are great piercings, but they are, you know, just on the higher end of being a more difficult piercing to heal and to even get, because it is two piercings instead of one, but they're amazing piercings. They're super unique. You don't see them very often, mostly because the success rate is really low on them. But if you do everything properly, find a piercer that knows how to do these and that you trust, you shouldn't have any issues whatsoever. So hopefully you guys like this video, you guys learned something. If so, feel free to like, follow, subscribe, leave comments, all that awesome stuff. It really, really helps us, and we appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys next time.